Have you ever sat across from someone and felt a little uneasy, but you couldn't quite put your finger on why? Sometimes it's not about what we say, it's about the little habits we pick up without even noticing. As we grow older, certain behaviors can quietly creep into our daily lives, ones that might unknowingly push people away, even those who love us most. And here's the truth. It's not about being perfect, it's about staying self-aware, kind, and connected. Because when we lose sight of the little things, we risk losing the warmth of the relationships that mean everything. This last two habits, 90% of seniors don't even realize they're doing, and the biggest daily mistake almost every senior is making without knowing it's hurting their friendships and family ties. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, and share so we can keep empowering our community with more wisdom, tips, and heartwarming advice. Aging is a beautiful journey, one that brings wisdom, stories, and a lifetime of memories. But let's be honest, it also comes with its own set of challenges. One of the hardest parts? Staying connected to the people we love, especially as life gets busier and social circles change. Sometimes, without meaning to, we develop habits that make others uncomfortable or even push them away. And because many of these habits are subtle, no one tells us directly. They just drift away. That's why today's topic is so important. We're going to talk openly and kindly about 7 common habits that can sneak up on us with age, and more importantly, how to easily fix them. Remember, small changes can make a huge difference. It's never about blame, it's about staying the vibrant, kind-hearted person you've always been. Let's dive in and make sure that our golden years are truly golden, not just for us, but for everyone around us. Number 1, neglecting personal hygiene. Let's be honest, staying on top of personal hygiene becomes more challenging as we get older. Stiff joints can make bathing or bending over difficult. Fatigue or limited mobility might lead you to skip your daily routine. And for many seniors, feelings of sadness, loneliness, or even mild depression can drain the motivation to care for oneself. But no matter how tough things get, this is one area that truly matters. Why? Because personal hygiene isn't just about looking good, it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself. When you keep yourself clean, fresh, and put together, you're telling the world, I still value myself. That quiet confidence influences how others treat you too. People are more likely to engage warmly, offer help respectfully, and enjoy being in your presence when they see that you take pride in your appearance. Neglecting hygiene, on the other hand, often leads to social discomfort. Unwashed hair, body odor, or disheveled clothing can unintentionally push people away, even if they care about you deeply. And beyond the social impact, poor hygiene can lead to serious health issues, infections, skin conditions, dental decay, and even falls from slipping in the bathroom due to infrequent cleaning routines. The good news? You don't need fancy grooming or long routines. A simple daily habit can make all the difference. Start your morning with just 5 to 10 minutes. Brush your teeth, wash your face, put on clean clothes, comb your hair. If showering daily is too difficult, aim for every other day, or use a damp washcloth for a sponge bath. Keep grooming tools within easy reach, and use non-slip mats and grab bars for safety in the bathroom. If it feels overwhelming, ask a family member or caregiver for help organizing your routine. There's absolutely no shame in needing a little support. It shows wisdom and self-respect. Sometimes, even having fresh clothes laid out the night before can take the pressure off your mornings. Maintaining hygiene isn't vanity. It's about preserving your dignity, protecting your health, and staying connected to the world around you. When you care for yourself, others are reminded to care for you too. And more importantly, you remind yourself that you matter. Number 2, talking only about health problems. We all deal with health issues as we age, aches and pains, doctor appointments, surgeries, medications. It's a shared reality of growing older. But if every conversation revolves around your ailments, it can unintentionally push people away, even those who truly care about you. It's natural to want to talk about what's bothering us. When your knee hurts or your back is acting up, it's top of mind. You might not even realize how often you're bringing it up. For many seniors, discussing health becomes a default topic, something easy to talk about, especially if your daily life is centered around appointments and treatments. But here's the thing. Most people, whether it's your kids, friends, or neighbors, want to enjoy their time with you. Constant talk of illness can make interactions feel heavy or repetitive. Over time, they may call less often, not because they don't care, but because they leave the conversation feeling emotionally drained. Remember, people want to connect with you, your personality, your humor, your wisdom, not just your symptoms. Your stories, laughter, and interests are what make you memorable and cherished. If every visit or phone call starts with a list of problems, it overshadows the richness of who you are. That doesn't mean you can't talk about your health. It's okay to share your struggles or ask for support. But try not to let it dominate every conversation. A balanced exchange leaves both you and the listener feeling uplifted. Before picking up the phone or sitting down with a friend, pause and ask yourself, what are 2 positive or interesting things I can share today? Maybe it's a funny memory, a hobby you're exploring, a story from your past, or even a compliment you'd like to give. This small shift completely changes the tone. It reminds people of the joyful, vibrant person you are and makes them excited to keep the conversation going. You're more than your medical file. You're a lifetime of stories, laughter, and love, and that's what people truly want to hear. Number 3, complaining constantly. It's easy to fall into the habit of complaining. Perhaps the weather is too dreary, the meal didn't taste quite right, or something else just isn't as good as it used to be. Complaints can start as small, everyday frustrations, but over time, they can become a consistent pattern in our conversations. As we get older, life can feel more challenging. Health problems, mobility issues, and the changes that come with aging can naturally leave us feeling frustrated or discouraged. When things don't go as expected, it's normal to want to express your dissatisfaction. But here's the thing. Constantly focusing on the negative can shift your mindset and the way others perceive you. While it may feel good to vent once in a while, if your conversations tend to focus only on complaints, it can have an unintended effect on those around you. Friends and family who might otherwise enjoy your company can start feeling weighed down by the negativity. Over time, they may avoid conversations because it feels like they're always hearing about problems rather than solutions, joy, or laughter. This isn't to say you should never express frustration, but if most of your words sound like complaints, it can shift your entire perspective on life, making it harder to focus on the positive. One simple trick to change this pattern is the 1 to 3 rule. For every complaint you share, try to balance it with 3 positive thoughts or expressions of gratitude. For example, if you mention how the weather's too cold to enjoy a walk, follow it up with, "But I'm grateful for my warm blanket," or "I'm thankful I can still walk and enjoy the fresh air when I get outside." This method isn't about ignoring challenges, but about creating a more balanced approach to life. Acknowledging the difficulties while also highlighting the things that bring you joy can transform your mindset and conversations. When you make this small change, you'll notice a difference not just in how you feel, but in how others respond. Your relationships will feel more positive and uplifting, and you'll create a space where joy can thrive. Plus, focusing on what's going well in your life can actually improve your outlook, making each day feel a little brighter. Number 4, not listening actively. As we grow older, we accumulate a wealth of experiences and knowledge. It's natural to want to share that wisdom, especially with younger family members or friends. But sometimes, the best gift you can give isn't advice, it's simply your undivided attention. When someone speaks, they don't always want advice or solutions. Often, they just want to be heard. Unfortunately, when we're quick to jump in with advice or stories of our own, we might unintentionally overlook their needs. Instead of engaging in a two-way conversation, we may unintentionally dominate the dialogue. This doesn't mean your insights aren't valuable, because they are. But real connection comes when we show we're listening, not just waiting for our turn to speak. Active listening creates an environment where the other person feels understood and validated. When you interrupt or rush to offer advice, it can make others feel like their thoughts or emotions don't matter. It might seem harmless, but it can chip away at relationships over time. For example, if a grandchild is sharing a problem with you and you immediately tell them what to do, they might feel that their feelings or experience weren't important enough to be truly heard. The same applies to conversations with family members or friends. While your advice may be well-meaning, it can sometimes come across as dismissive. Listening without rushing to fix the situation gives others a safe space to express themselves fully. Here's a simple tool to help you become a better listener: the golden pause. After someone finishes speaking, pause for 2 seconds before responding. This brief moment not only gives you time to truly absorb what they've said, but it also shows them that you are focused on them and not just thinking about your next response. This practice helps avoid interrupting and makes the conversation feel more balanced. It also allows the other person to gather their thoughts or elaborate if they wish. Pausing creates a natural flow, showing respect for their words and making them feel heard. When you actively listen, you build stronger connections. You show others that their thoughts matter, which leads to deeper, more meaningful conversations. It also helps foster empathy and trust, especially with younger generations who may be navigating their own challenges. Being a great listener is one of the most valuable things you can offer. It nurtures your relationships and makes everyone involved feel respected and understood. Number 5. Talking too much about the past. Our past is full of rich stories, valuable lessons, and beautiful memories. Sharing those moments can be meaningful, especially with younger generations who can learn from our experiences. But when conversations constantly circle back to the good old days, it can unintentionally create a barrier between you and others. As we age, the past often feels more vivid than the present. Memories from decades ago may feel as fresh as yesterday. That's completely normal. After all, those moments shaped who we are. However, it's important to remember that while our past matters, others, especially younger people, are living in the here and now. They want to connect with you in the present, not just hear about the past. When we talk repeatedly about how things used to be, how prices were lower, how people had better manners, how life was simpler, it can unintentionally send a message. Today isn't good enough. While that may not be your intention, others might feel like you're uninterested in their lives or disconnected from current times. For example, if your grandchildren are excited about a new technology and the conversation turns into "back in my day," they might feel dismissed, even if you're just trying to connect. The key is balance. Share your memories, but also show curiosity about what's happening today. Ask your loved ones about their hobbies, their work, or even their favorite TV shows or apps. You don't have to understand every detail. Just being open and present goes a long way. One helpful tip is to treat the past like seasoning in a recipe. A sprinkle can enhance the flavor, but too much can overpower the whole dish. Engaging in conversations about the present helps keep your relationship strong and relevant. It also shows that you're still learning, growing, and interested in what's happening around you. This keeps your mind active and your social life vibrant. It's not about forgetting the past, it's about honoring it without living in it. The best conversations are those that blend stories of yesterday with the curiosity of today. Number 6, neglecting personal appearance. As we get older, it's easy to feel like certain routines no longer matter, especially things like clothing, grooming, or daily self-care. But how we present ourselves still plays a powerful role in how we feel and how others interact with us. Sometimes, seniors stop paying attention to their appearance for understandable reasons. Health challenges, reduced energy, or fewer social outings can make it feel unnecessary. Why bother dressing up if I'm not going anywhere? Becomes a common thought. But this mindset can slowly chip away at confidence and motivation. Other times, it may be due to sadness, loneliness, or feeling overlooked. When people feel like no one's paying attention to them, they may stop paying attention to themselves. Like it or not, people often respond to how we present ourselves. When you take care of your appearance, even in small ways, it sends a message: I still care and I still matter. That message isn't just for others, it's also for you. Wearing clean, well-fitting clothes, combing your hair, and maintaining good hygiene can lift your spirits. It's not about impressing anyone, it's about maintaining self-respect. Think of it as an act of kindness to yourself. You don't need to dress like you're going to a fancy party. A fresh shirt, a little grooming, and neat clothes are often enough to make a noticeable difference. Even adding a pop of color, a scarf, a pin, or a nice hat, can brighten your mood and make you feel more put together. A daily routine like washing your face, brushing your hair, and wearing clothes you feel good in helps start the day with purpose. It adds structure, and that simple act of care can boost energy and confidence. Looking good helps you feel good. When you feel good, you're more likely to be active, social, and positive. Taking pride in your appearance reminds you, and others, that you still have value, dignity, and presence in the world. It's not about vanity, it's about self-worth, and you deserve that every single day. Number 7, refusing to ask for help. Many seniors pride themselves on being independent, and rightfully so. You've spent decades caring for others, solving problems, and making your own way. But as we age, that same independence can quietly turn into a stubborn refusal to ask for help, even when it's truly needed. Asking for help can feel like admitting weakness. For some, it brings up feelings of embarrassment or fear of being a burden. Others worry that it's a step toward losing their independence altogether. So instead of speaking up, they push through pain, confusion, or loneliness silently. But here's the truth. Asking for help isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of wisdom and strength. Trying to do everything alone can lead to preventable accidents or emotional strain. Struggling with heavy groceries, avoiding doctor visits, or trying to fix a household issue alone can result in injuries, exhaustion, or worse. The same goes for emotional needs. Bottling up sadness, stress, or grief just to stay strong can lead to isolation or depression. You don't have to go through hard times alone, nor should you. When you reach out, you give others a chance to support you, and that deepens relationships. Think of how good it feels when someone asks you for advice or guidance. It shows trust and value. In the same way, asking for help allows loved ones to feel useful and connected to you. Whether it's a ride to the doctor, help setting up a phone, or simply a listening ear, accepting assistance shows that you understand your needs and are wise enough to care for yourself properly. Start small. Say yes when a neighbor offers to carry your bag. Let your children or grandchildren teach you something new, like how to use a phone app. And most importantly, communicate. Let trusted people know what you need, whether it's practical, emotional, or just company. Remember, it's not about giving up control, it's about sharing the load. Asking for help doesn't make you less independent. It makes you human, and it keeps you safer, healthier, and more connected. Aging isn't about fading away. It's about shining differently. Yes, our bodies change. Yes, the world feels faster and sometimes unfamiliar. But this stage of life isn't the end of the story. It's a powerful chapter filled with wisdom, self-discovery, and meaningful connection. By becoming aware of these 7 habits, you're not just avoiding discomfort, you're choosing a path of deeper joy, grace, and personal strength. Remember, it's never too late to grow, to change, or to love more openly. And every day you show up, you set an example for the generations after you. What a legacy that is. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Let's keep building a supportive community where seniors lift each other up, share real talk, and live life to the fullest, one beautiful day at a time. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep shining.